Hey everybody, welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Wildsea by Felix Isaacs. I am the Firefly, which is what they call the Game Master in this game, Johananon.
I am the co-host, Casualty CDG. I'm a retired child crimes and human trafficking detective, turned tabletop titan and improv comedian. And today I'm super happy to be playing this game, Jahan. It's an indie game that we were watching for like over a year. Wildsea by Felix Isaacs, and we actually had him on the channel. We got to play with the creator himself. It was a great time. I will be playing a Celicry, which is a sentient colony of spiders. So I can't wait to get into it.
Hi, I'm Misha. I'm Misha Siegel on Twitter. I am also on the podcast Dice Carnival. And over here, I'll be playing Anna Kian, who is a Tempest Ghost Girl. So basically a ghost thunderstorm. Let's see how that goes.
And hey folks, my name's Matt Murphy. I'm a scenic and lighting designer out of Houston, Texas. But today, I'm playing a squid man named Oshin the Lost. And maybe you'll get to figure out where he got lost.
Hi there, my name is Malcolm, and I am a developer at large at Green Ronin, among other things. And I was officially given permission to plug something, so I will. We're doing a Kickstarter for our newest game, What Be Kickstarted, called Cthulhu Awakens, using the Age system, and that's going to be on February 15th. And I am playing the Butler. Fun fact, our captain is an octopus we can't understand.
Yes, as you interpret the will of your octopus lord, we shall have much shenanigan. Also don't forget to check out our new emotes, including a Green Ronin emote that our friend Troy gave us permission to use. So boom, because we love Green Ronin here, and we can't wait to check out this new Cthulhu game with you guys. So, but for now, you have to settle. For Wildsea, I'm just kidding, not settle. It's fantastic. I'm really excited. So, we open up, usually, we're going to wind up opening up on your ship. And we created this ship as a party, minus Misha. She unfortunately got stuck on the road. But we made it together, and that makes it special. So, who would like the fantastic job of describing your ship? You can all kind of chime in too. I know the basics, but yeah.
There's a feature on ships called seals, which keep things from getting inside it, and we elected not to go with those.
Yeah, their ship is full of holes, essentially. Yes. So it's exciting. All kinds of bugs and gases shall enter their ship. So your ship is a large ship. That's a category you chose, which makes it fit for like 20 people, or up to 30 even. It can go pretty high. It is made of the scavenged shell. It's kind of a mess. It has these big old plates that you guys found and heaved together to form the semblance of a ship, and it is powered by a cocoon that contains some sort of insect that each dreams and generates power. On the top of the ship, you have your lightning cannon. I believe it's called a Tempest cannon. It's pretty exciting. And you guys have a bunch of stargazers, a newly acquired scholar, and a octopus captain. And it's really just an octopus geist that you guys have decided is in charge of your livelihood. So this game does a thing where I ask questions and you guys get a chance to shape the world around you. Right now, your ship is chugging along on top of these trees. Below you is the earth, miles and miles down, and God knows what lurks beneath the boughs. So you stay up here where it's safe. But as you're going across on that horizon, And this question could be answered by anybody. What do you see? What do you see on the horizon? And it could be a town, a pit stop, a mountaintop, a giant withered tree. It could be pretty much anything that your imagination could conjure.
I would venture to say like an orange harvest moon.
Oh, okay. So it's nighttime, it's almost as bright as day as this orange harvest moon shines down, illuminating the treetops and making them look like they're on fire.
And I'll be on the deck of the ship, and I'm a very large, almost humanoid figure of a writhing mass of spiders that's trying to hold a human form. And gray and black columns of spiders kind of come off of my humanoid face like a big beard, and then globs of spiders and insects will fall off of me and crawl away. And I'm somewhat of a stargazer myself, and there are other stargazers that are part of our crew that at night we try to foretell the comings.
Are they a homogenous bunch, or are they very, are they all different races and stuff, or are they all Zealotcry?
I thought we were going to be a cult of Zealotcry, but if anybody else wants to like not do that, I'm cool with that too. Either way.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
I think it'd be cool to have a cult of spider star fortune tellers.
Yeah, that's fine if that's what you want. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'll say we'll add some variety to it. We'll say they're all kinds of different bugs, but they are all Zealotcry nonetheless. We'll have one that's an ant colony. Just
one
like
that's made up of like shiny beetles, so it's like a metallic creature.
Yeah, that's a cool one. Shiny beetle one. Then you have million ants from Rick and Morty.
Do you worry about the one that's made of all praying mantises?
That's a good one. Praying mantis. Zealotcry. That's a good idea. So yeah, they are up. All of them are up, looking up at the sky. They are stargazers. They joined your ship to be able to see the night sky from all over the world, and so now they're doing that. Your octopus is going around. You'll see him walking by, and he'll be fixing stuff because that's what his actual job is. He's a Geist octopus, but you guys always ask him for orders, and he goes, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," and then you interpret it as you feel like.
Very wise words spoken by our captain, indeed.
You say you're a squid person, Matt. Are you like, what do you sound like? What do you look like? Give us a little description there.
So, I look kind of like a blue Cthulhu-esque creature about 5 feet tall in whatever light style armor is in this world. And actually right now at this moment, I am probably near, I'm sorry, Gary, what's your character's name again?
My name is Surast, but you could call me Surast.
Surast. Okay.
I see it.
So I'm next to Surast, but I am one to get deck sickness, so I'm just vomiting off the side of the boat.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
No one likes to see sick jellyfish.
Right. So yeah, that looks really weird with all the tentacles and things like that. And I'm gonna ask.
An imperative to wash out your beak, sir.
The ghost butler shows up.
I am the ghost of a post-apocalyptic butler, and that's what I look like. I have a long coat. I died buttling, and I will spend eternity buttling.
Absolutely, that's a hell of a way. And the only person we don't know where they are, Misha, your character. What are you up to during this harvest moon?
So I'd like to imagine this is a special kind of harvest moon. Like there is some kind of tree in this area. Then the part of the reason they look like they're on fire, it's because this is the moment where sort of their fruits open, and these fruits are like super fiery orange, and they seem to glow a little bit in the night, kind of adding to that almost daylight look. So currently, sort of nearby on the ship, you see this little girl kind of reaching down with a net and trying to skim as much fruit as she can off of the surface, but also in her hand, there's this little bit of electricity that's sort of jumping off her hand and starting to singe the edge of the net a little bit.
So yeah, so as you're dipping this net down, you're not the only ship out here that has come for the fruit opening. There are other ships. It's kind of it's an event where the travelers of the tops of the trees will come by and scoop up their trees. You see a few ships tied up together. People are meeting and coming together in the ocean, essentially. So it's like a whole festival now. What do you guys want to do during this thing? Do you guys tie up? Do you guys skim fruit? You trying to make some contacts, maybe? Or looking for trouble? Because I really don't know. You guys could be like pirates for all I know at this point.
I'm going to attempt to get together a crew of stargazers to help gather the fruit. And I'm going to see if there are any spare jars, because they might be worth preserving.
Yes, we may look like simple stargazers, but the four of us combined can gather more fruit than you would imagine.
We'll set out to gather fruit.
Okay. So, in order to see how successful this endeavor is, because this is how it works, right? This is the whole system of the game. You're going to roll usually about 1 to 3 dice.
Mm-hmm.
1 dice, just base. 2 if you have some sort of relevant skill. And 3 if you have some kind of advantage on top of that skill. So, Gary, Sarah. No, wait, what? What's your name?
Sarast.
Sarast. How good are you at picking this fruit with your crew here?
So, I would like to use Grace and Wave Walk to walk around and make sure that I don't fall. I can stay close to the ship and walk amongst the treetops without slipping and falling to my doom.
You have that. You have Wave Walk, which gives you 2 dice on this roll. Do you have a reason to have a third?
Let me see.
Are you being assisted? Are you...
Yeah, so they're the other stargazers are out here as well.
Exactly. So, boom, that's a 3 dice roll right there, sir. Go ahead and roll those 3 dice, and I shall interpret their will.
Oh, I have rolled a 10 on the dice.
It's not a total. It is...
A 3, 4, 3?
A 3, 4, and a 3.
Okay, we're learning as we go.
Yeah, absolutely. So, what that means is you got yourself a 4.
Hey, that's the highest number.
So 4. Where's the table? So there's a few tables here, and some of them for combat. Oh, okay. They're all the same, though. So 4 is conflict. So that means that you succeed, but there is an issue. Some kind of issue. And that can look like pretty much anything. So what's going to happen here, right? As you're picking this fruit from the tops of the trees, you almost fall under the front of another ship that's going by. They don't see you. And you are forced to drop some of your load below the treetops.
You know, maybe on second thought, we should have gotten the fruit-picking people to pick the fruit instead of the stargazing people.
Do we have fruit-picking people?
No, I'm afraid we don't.
Can I be fruit-picking people?
Yes, please. We could use all the hands and help we could get.
Yeah, absolutely. So you drop some of your load, but you do have some to bring back to the ship. You have an amount. You just don't have as much as you would have otherwise.
I believe I can be of some assistance.
Okay.
I'm also going to try and gather some fruit, and I am going to invoke my hides. Because this is presumably exploration oriented if we have never encountered these fruits before. And I am going to see if my skill that I will totally tell you what it is would cook help with this. Oh no, I have would scavenge help with this, perhaps, as a skill.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, scavenge. Well, scavenge isn't really supposed to be for fruit.
Okay, I do have cook and scavenge at the same.
I'll let scavenge. I'll let cook fly. I'll let cook fly.
Okie. Why am I picking up actual dice? There's a whole thing here. All right. Well, then I do believe that gives me 3 dice.
Yeah.
And
I actually found the proper table this time.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, D6.
You got a 6. So 6 is a triumph. So now you can add the resource, glowing fruit. You can call it harvest moon fruit if you want to. But it is a special fruit that you can now use as a resource in a future endeavor. Gary, I found out what actually happens when you get a 5 on an acquisition roll. You get the resource, but with a negative tag attached to it. So your fruit...
I have an idea.
Yeah.
Maybe the thing that I picked up wasn't a fruit at all, and it was an egg of something that's not happy. I picked the egg up.
That could be something. Yeah, we'll say creature egg. Add a creature egg.
Perfect.
That's fine.
This one looks a little strange compared to the rest. I'll just place it here in my pocket for safekeeping.
Young.
Cook it with my hands. You want me to cook it?
Yes, young human person. Are you talking about the egg? Because the fruit, that was really your initiative, madam. Gentleman person. And therefore, this should be yours. It was, of course, done in your security.
And I kind of look this fruit over.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks solid. It's a perfect example of this harvest moon fruit.
So they can...
I just kind of put it in my net and just kind of hold it in my net for now until I find myself a cute bag to put it in. I have fruit.
Excellent. Yeah, you can put the specific fruit. So the way that these resources work, because, we're all still learning, think of it like improv props, if you think it could be helpful in a situation, it probably will be. If there's like a gourmand that wants like a delicious rarity, this could be it. If you could spray it in someone's eyes, and then it's probably citrusy, and they're like, my eyes. It could be whatever it needs to be, which I feel is pretty fun about this game. But yeah, so as this festival continues, you guys are partaking, you're getting the fruits. Those of you that can eat them probably have sampled them. But as this is going on, a lot of the ships will start to take off as the trees start to rumble a bit.
Is there like a... What's the high point on our ship?
Could be whatever you want it to be. You guys don't have a crow's nest, but you do have the rope. The rope that goes like up to something. So I imagine if you climbed up on the cargo netting, that'd probably be your high point.
Awesome. I would like to use my grapple hand.
Okay.
Yeah. To get up really high so I can try to see what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. You can shoot on up to the very highest point. Your ship's pretty big. Go ahead and check it out. Yeah, give me some action rolls here. Try to figure out what's going on. What skills do you feel would contribute to this?
So would this be just for the looking or also of the climbing?
This is just the looking, and
Cool.
possibly the understanding as well.
Okay. I do have. I don't think this will work, but I'm gonna try anyway. I have something called Surgical Strike
Okay.
that lets me see things, small points from far away.
Okay.
I also have Sense.
Yeah, with those two combined, you could definitely get a 3 roll out of this. So go ahead and give it a shot here. Let's see what you get.
All right. 3, 3, and 1.
So the only one that matters is the high one. And yours is a 1. So this is, or yours is a 3, sorry. 3 is still a disaster.
Oh no.
Yeah, something goes awry here. And so what's going to happen is you're going to, while you're looking, you're like, what is that? And then all of a sudden, boom, something bumps your ship and you fall. Where you fall is up to you.
Where I fall? I'm going to fall off of the ship.
Yeah,
And
that's fair.
then I would like to use my, what is it called? Grappling hook, climbing hook, and I suppose climb. I have 2 points in climb.
So you have the climb skill,
Yeah.
and then you have a grappling hook as well. So yeah, go ahead and roll those 3 dice, and let's see if you save yourself from going too deep under the waves. Some of you will see him fall from the top of the ship.
Highest one is 6.
Oh. So you hook on to the ship itself. You're still hanging off the side, but you are not, like, lost. They don't have to come get you. With a 6, you definitely do succeed in grappling yourself there.
Awesome.
But there is something moving beneath the ship, you'll notice at this point. Now you definitely see it.
What does it look like?
It's hard to tell. It's very dark, especially like under the eaves themselves. It's kind of deep under there, but your ship kind of sags a little low because it's so big. But you can see something big moving beneath the waves.
Oh yeah, I forgot that our ship is like the size of a sand crawler. We have like a giant
You have a big ship, yeah.
Yeah.
Sir, man, would you like a light refreshment?
Maybe
while
we
you-
can try. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Would you like a light refreshment while you inspect the underside of the ship?
The ghost butler will show up while you're hanging from the ship.
Yeah. Send it on down.
He said yes. All right.
You guys want to check it out or like outrun it? I could possibly make the ship go faster.
I'm afraid if you push this beast too fast, she's likely to fall apart in the treetops.
Our ship, I forgot our ship is strung together with junk, like nets and rope, and just barely holding on.
Your ship is the
I
same.
can go down. I can go down and give the cocoon a couple pokes. I have an ability where I can make the ship go faster by existing.
Oh, that's good. Your ship's pretty slow. Yeah. So you can try to. Who's physically driving? Any of you? Any of you want that task?
I think I'm gonna go down to the cocoon and basically I just start zapping it
Okay.
to make it go faster.
So you give the engine a boost. Let's see.
It kind of hungry hippos its way
Is that-
across.
Yeah. Is that an aspect that you have that you're using?
Yeah, it's called Multimode of Interfacing. I can act as an additional engine, or if needed, the main engine for our ship.
Okay.
And I increase its speed.
Excellent. Do you have to mark track on that to use it?
Yeah, but I think it's if kind of I tried to like overblow it, because what it says is increase your ship's speed rating by 1 when you're aboard. So it's kind of written like a passive ability, but it's a 2-track ability.
Gotcha. So that's like an overcharge. So you're just using your passive ability right now. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
Who wants to make the roll?
If needed I can blow it harder.
You could, in theory. We'll find out. No one wants to drive the ship. That's a first.
No one's jumping on.
What roll do you normally make to make the ship move around?
Yeah, I forgot. Kevin's the navigator. That's hilarious.
Someone's got a driver. The child's doing it.
So you can roll a lot of stuff. You could roll.
It's all right.
Instincts.
I don't mind if you drive.
If you have instincts, you can roll that edge. You can roll a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff fits. It's really, you tell me how you make it work, and we'll make it work. But I'm actually going to double check real quick. Double check.
They don't mind who drives, so long as we don't get caught by whatever's in the waves.
I'll climb back up onto the deck.
Are we short some effective personnel? I do believe I could produce someone for the occasion. And I crowded there, sir, what I'm going to do is I am going to use my resonant tether to make my faithful spirit materialize. That is the ghost of my former boss.
Yeah, your former boss, who has probably served on a ship at some point. He sounds like that sort. He could take the steering wheel for now, since your captain is MIA, or your driver. Go ahead. For that, you could roll instincts. Or you could roll sense for him to like sense his like past life. And since you're using a track ability, you can
mark out the track, don't I?
You can go ahead and roll 2 dice like off the bat for that. So
okie dokie. Then I'm going to do that.
You're going to attempt to outrun this thing. You do have a little bit of a boost in speed here. Okay, so you see the Ghost Butler calls forth like his master from the past life, and he takes the helm of the ship. He's like, righto, and like he just slams it to the left. Everyone gets jerked to the side. Matt, you're on the other side. You're like, ah! You're like getting flown off, but you hold on. And you guys
kind of like a broken telephone across 1,000 years version of a British private school, public school twit. If you're describing the memory of a person like that, like 20 times down the line across people who had never seen a person like that directly, you would get this person.
This reminds me of my old cricket team. And Gregory, what a shit. He probably doesn't say shit, though. He probably says, what a ponce, or something like that. Yeah.
A buffoon.
A buffoon, yes. There you go. Quite. Tally-ho! And you guys surge forward. This extra speed in the engine room, you guys knock out some of this hazard track. So essentially, I have a track over here, much like your aspect tracks, that I'm like, hey, how hard is this? And I'm marking them off when you guys do stuff successfully. And eventually, you can be free. So the thing is no longer under your ship, which is a good thing. But it is behind your ship. You can see it as you look off to the back, Matt, while you're still hanging on this rope, because you have yet to climb up.
I want to shoot it.
Yeah! Fuck yeah!
Yeah.
What do you shoot it with?
I'm going to shoot it with, well, I would like to use my broadwood bow and
Sick.
teeth and strike.
Okay, so yeah, roll 3 dice on that. That sounds like a good combination to me. And let's see. You hold on to the rope with your leg. And Ocean the Lost gets a 6er. You hear everyone hears like from beneath the waves as this thing descends.
I got him.
You're not sure what you
All
did,
right.
but it does ease off of you.
Yeah, I'm going to take my hands off the cocoon and come back up. Should we check out what it is, or do we just leave it?
That's a great question. It's a fantastic question.
I can go down
what
and
it
get a
is.
better look.
If
It
you
could
want
taste
to.
good.
Yes, sometimes these creatures do have things of great value lodged inside their innards.
All right, I'm going to try to grapple lower with grace,
Okay.
climb, and the grapple hand.
That-
I
yeah.
hand you your drink before you leave.
Oh, yeah, sure. This is probably the last one for a little bit, though.
You finish your Arnold Palmer, and, and you head on down below the waves. Roll 3 dice once again.
Oh.
When you're doing things you're suited to, you're going to be rolling 3 dice a lot.
Oh,
Okay.
we got another 6.
So you rehook onto a tree and you swing on down and you land gracefully, as you put it, on one of the branches. So now you're beneath the waves. This is a place that most wild sailors don't want to wind up, but sometimes it can be profitable to wind up down here. And you can see the trees that have parted to make way for this thing. It's not too big. It's not a leviathan, but it is pretty large. You get a better scope of its a sense of its size now. And you can't see where it went. You think you can actually see it, but it's kind of far away.
Interesting. Let's get a closer look. Have we dropped anchor or anything? I'm probably too far to communicate with y'all at this point. Right?
You could yell, but I wouldn't advise it. I would not.
Yeah, I want to get a better look, but sneakily. So I would like to use veils.
Ooh.
And I thought I had another one. I can't find it. I'll just use veils and my climbing hooks.
So you're gonna quietly sneak. Yeah, go ahead and roll them bones.
We got how many dice on this one?
It's still probably 3.
Cool.
I am gonna do some research on this though.
Another
Did I
6.
just get another one, or is that the same?
Mm-hmm. That's another 6.
Nice.
Yes, sir. Nice.
Yeah, so you pink, the silent squid they call you. You land on a tree right above this creature. Below you is a lizard-like creature. Kind of looks like a frog. It's rather large. And yeah, that's what you see. It's pretty big. It's like, I'm bad with sizes. It is a Dungeons and Dragons large, probably.
So
Maybe-
it's like the
maybe
size
one
of
bigger.
a sedan.
It's one size bigger than a sedan. There you go.
It's like the size of a bus, like a school
It
bus.
could be a small school bus, yeah.
And what color is this lizard frog?
It has green, but you can see streaks of this almost luminescent orange. And as you're looking at it, they go, they like rivet across its back. Potentially because it was eating all that fruit. but you see it sitting down there. It's trying to pluck the arrow from its face.
Nice. Dang. What choices? Should I shoot it again or go back to the ship?
Shoot it again. That's funny. I can't wait to see what you choose. I'm excited.
You know what? I'm going to shoot it again, and in hopes that whatever noise it makes will alert the crew to come to me.
So Matt's dead. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead and roll them bones, sir. And this you're from shadows. It doesn't see you coming. You got 3 on this. Go ahead and roll badly, and I'll laugh.
5.
Okay, a 5 is a complication. So you line up the shot. It does like a really loud ribbit noise, deep, guttural, and you guys do hear it from the ship. It turns around really fast in like pain and fear, and it slams into the tree that you're standing on, and you fall.
Oh.
You slip and fall.
Dang. Grapple hand.
You try to catch yourself, and then you make that roll, and then everyone tell me what you're doing on the. Sorry. Everyone on the ship, tell me what you're doing.
So, for one of my points for what I can add to the ship, I added like a teeny tiny, like little ship that can come off and it's more or less, I guess, what's the word, reconnaissance?
Yeah.
So I guess I can take that and quickly go check out what's going on down there.
Absolutely. Yeah, the butler has informed you that after his Arnold Palmer, the Squidman, the Lost, has descended beneath the treetops. So you know that he's down there somewhere. Yeah, you can hop inside this Outrider, I think they're called.
Yeah, Outrider.
And so it goes do-do-do-do-do-do, and it chugs along, and it starts sliding on down in beneath the waves.
Mm-hmm.
This seems
all right.
This seems like an appropriate time to drop anchor.
Okay.
I yell out over the railing. Shall I keep your dinner warm then?
All you hear is me screaming.
Ah!
Oh.
It sounds like the Wildsea has taken another one.
I'm gonna yell back. I got him. And I've got an unnaturally loud voice.
The stars foretold of a death today. We better just anchor up and move on.
Matt, is that your role?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Well, on one hand, if he were to perish, then when he comes back, it would probably greatly streamline the service that he requires, or she, or it, or them. On the other hand, I given to understand that people like being alive. So
what was your character's name in life? What was your character's name?
I am James Azazel Smythe.
Gotcha. Oh, James, you are so droll. Why don't you live a little and go see what all that ruckus about? Tally-ho! Your ghost master will say as he pilots the ship.
Living was literally impossible for me, but I will endeavor to be of some service. So, well, let's see. One of you's in that boat, and I think you probably have the best chance of actually rendering effective aid, correct? With your loud voice and having a smaller boat.
Yeah, she could probably help pretty good.
Yeah. So
I also have lots of methods of damage if needed.
Okay. If we look over, can we see the big glowy fruitio active lizard thing?
Now that it's like active and in combat, you see some shimmering coming from below a little bit. That's a good point. So Matt, you are going to be out for a second here. Mark a track on your climbing gear for me, please. You've dulled your hook a bit, but that's okay. And you landed really hard on your back, and you black out for a second here. Hopefully, Misha can come save you. You said Wayacre, right, Zelacray?
I did.
Okay. The octopus actually does do that.
Oh, I'll stop and salute him as he comes on deck.
Great job as always, Captain. All right, I guess I will. I shouldn't stand around up here all night by myself.
I'll walk over to the edge and look down, since the captain commanded me to go help.
But yeah, so we're gonna shoot on over to the Ghost Girl. You're in your ship. You descend beneath the waves, and you see this frog thing slam into a tree, and you see your squid compatriot fall much deeper than anyone should ever go in the Wildsea.
Alright, so I'm gonna assess my situation. How pissed off is this frog?
Looks pretty bad.
It's pretty mad.
It's pretty bad. It was irritated, and then it got shot, and it was like, oh, I'm going to back off. And then it got shot again, and now it's pissed. So it's pretty
well, as an aspiring monster hunter, I should probably try to finish it off. I am going... So basically, I'm going to slow down my ship for a moment. Poke my head kind of out of a hatch. And I'm going to use my Thunder's Tone. It says it deals CQ blast damage. And I'm just going to basically release like a massive like thunder wave of a shout to try to A, knock it out, and B, knock it off.
Go ahead. Yeah, give me a roll here. What edge would you like to use for this?
Would that be something related to teeth because it's like damage? I've also got a point in strike.
You could absolutely do teeth. What do strike and hex do? Those sound interesting.
I don't know. They're just in combat and they sounded cool.
Okay. Yeah. So teeth will definitely give you that 2 dice you're looking for. And since you are using a aspect, you can roll a third.
Awesome. All right, be nice to me. Be nice to me.
I feel like I'm doing
4.
4. Okay. So that means your voice is loud. It slams into this frog, and it crashes into a tree. It does get hurt. It is a hurt frog. At this point, it's taken some fair damage. It's been shot by a warbow twice successfully, and it got thunder shouted. But a 4 is a complication. So, as you shout at this thing, the tree it hits is the one that poor Matthew has fallen upon. So you wake up falling again, sir. You keep falling down, unfortunately. You can't get back up, but, you know, you have a good chance.
Is it possible to try to charge up my little boat and go down after him?
You could try to catch him. That's fun.
Yeah, I will use up one of my Multimode of Interfacing in order to speed up my boat to try to catch up to him.
Absolutely. So, you launch forward. Gimme. We're going to make you pilot for this.
Oh boy.
You got tides?
Yes, I do.
Use those tides. And you're in an outrider. It's much easier than like physically leaping after somebody. You're in like a little vessel. So go ahead and roll those 3, and we'll see how you do. I hope you kill him though, like low key. I don't really hope.
No. Killing people isn't. Oh no, it's a 3.
Okay, so you do catch him.
It's not good.
You do catch him. But as you are successfully getting away, you hear the wonk, and a tongue lunges at you and grabs your vessel. You're now in the grips of the frog because you had a bit of a disaster there.
What's your character's name?
Oshin.
Is Lucien conscious?
Yes, he is conscious now.
Oh, dang. I'm going to shout gross and then try to hack the tongue with an axe.
Go ahead.
Good
night, Alexander.
I'm going to use Teeth Strike and my axe.
Yeah, an axe will do it.
6.
Okay, cool. Finally, we're starting to get out of the red here a little bit. As you can see, these failures can pile up and things can get pretty bad in a good way. But finally, triumphantly, teamwork makes the dream work, and you slam your axe into this frog's tongue. You cut through it about halfway, and then as Ghost Girl is driving forward with her supercharged vehicle, it rips free the tongue, and you hear as it it falls beneath the trees as it's taken quite a bit of punishment.
Nice. Let's get closer.
Well,
To the frog?
I turn and look at the butler. We're both still on the deck, I think.
well, I suppose it was the frog who was destined to die, and not our friend at all.
Well, that could be quite inconvenient for our crewmate. Probably less inconvenient for the frog, and convenient for us. I do believe you could probably slice and cook up that tongue quite nicely, maybe with a bit of that fruit. In fact, it's probably infused with the taste of that fruit. Better fetch it.
Perhaps we should go down and help them then.
I will come to help. I think we will come to help.
Yes. How do we get down there?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, how would you like to get down there? You can try wave walking. You can use equipment, or some characters can fly.
I am going to jump off the side of the ship and burst into a cloud of spiders and just fall in spider form. I'm going to shirk the skin and just be thousands of falling spiders.
Absolutely. So he uses his aspect, shirk the skin. Not all Zealocry can do it, but he can, and he disassembles into his base spider swarm. So while you guys are contemplating turning around on this frog, it just starts raining spiders.
Okay. I am just going to jump the full distance and land, and then stand up as if nothing untoward happened or I was injured. And in game mechanical terms, I'm going to use my ragged long coat. So, quite right, sir.
Is that what Ragged Longcoat does? That's good.
Yes. Well, it's supposed to have some kind of armor type value, so.
Yeah, you're resistant to like 3 physical damage types.
And one of them is fall damage.
There you go.
Absolutely. So, as a ghost, in a coat, you do not suffer the consequences of a normal mortal fall. But yes. So all of you are now below. This frog has gone deeper in an attempt to get away because it is on the run now. Who's doing what?
Can we go after it?
Let's
We
get
go
it.
after it?
Yeah.
Let's get it!
All right. So it you guys are right on its tail. You're in a vehicle. You're right behind it at this point. All you had to do is say you got the go ahead. What are you doing when you catch it? It turns around with like a scared look, and it's like.
I'd like to just take the tongue aboard, if that's all right.
You're just gonna scoop the tongue off of the ship?
I mean, I'll be with everybody while they're doing the other stuff. I'm gonna take the tongue aboard.
That's funny. Yeah. So that's an acquisition roll.
I'd like to assist him on this acquisition roll. This is what we said we were coming down here to do.
That's kind of funny. So yeah, you're getting helped from Gary, and you have the cook ability. Go ahead and roll 3 dice.
Alrighty.
Hmm.
3, 4, 3.
So a 4 and a 5 are a complication on an acquisition roll. It means that you're getting a scavenge that has a negative modifier. This one, it's particularly chewy. So you have you can add. It's specifically an arrow-tipped tongue. Because this is an arrow-tipped Jakari, is what they're called. It's an arrow-tipped tongue. You can add it to your specimens resources, and you can give it the quality chewy. It's a little
I'm
chewy.
just imagining among its frog family, its name was Chewy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they called him Chewy because of his tongue.
God, how did they find out? But yeah,
yeah, right. I was thinking the same thing. I have the chewiest tongue amongst my friends. Guess how we found out?
that's unfortunate.
You know, it's part of frog culture. You just chew on each other's tongues. It's like how dogs greet each other.
Yeah, it's not weird if you're a frog.
It's just like dogs sniffing butts. No big deal. So as you guys are chasing after this frog, the Zealocry and the Ghost Butler take the tongue off of the ship. They unstick it, and they're like, "Oh, dinner!" And you feel how you feel about it. But now the two of you are in position to do some sort of aggressive action to this frog. What would you like to do?
My surgical strike allows me to target weak points without any, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Without any more difficulty than anything else. I want to shoot with a bow right in the eye.
The eye is the weak point you're going for. Go ahead. Give me them teeths with the bows.
And I could help by also using my Phantom Blade. I actually don't need to go over to stab it. I don't need to hold it. I basically can just control a Ghost Blade that does salt damage.
Dope.
It's pretty cool.
Nice. I rolled 4.
Alright, so 4 isn't great. But so you do hit it. What this is going to do, I'm going to say the difficulty that this is going to bring is that it's going to make Misha's roll a little harder here. So the frog, as you hit it, it moves and it kind of hits your ship away. And you don't hit it in the eye, you hit it like in the back of the head, essentially. Misha, your character, you do get an attack. You're only going to get 2 dice for this because of the difficulty, the disadvantage. These rolls can go so bad so fast. It's amusing.
2d6. Well, one of them was a 6 and the other one was a 1. So let's go.
Oh, hell yeah.
So the ship, and the ghost is like, "Hey-ya!" And the sword just goes right through the frog's soul. And it makes like a croaking guttural sound as it slowly just goes on its back, and it lands with a thud. And then all the gas just it kind of deflates as it dies.
Great Monster Hunter Anna Kian does it again.
Nice hit, Ghost Girl.
Excellent.
So do we go collect the frog or do we leave it?
We gotta
We
go
could
get
use
it.
it as bait for a bigger monster, and then take down the bigger monster, and then be even prouder of ourselves.
That is an
And then we
awesome-
keep going until we reach the biggest monster ever.
Oh God, you're all gonna die. Oh, I mean that might be how she got in the predicament she's in the first place. It's funny.
The stars have foretold. All of us are destined to die. It is one thing we all have in common aboard this ship.
What do you do with the frog? Do you attempt to loot it, as it were? Or are you going to go scavenge it?
Yeah,
Let's go
do
scavenge
that.
it.
So there are several skills that you can use here. One of them is there's a specific like butchery skill where you can like harvest from animals. Do either of you have that?
I
do.
have break and scavenge, and I have a lot in break. I put all of it in break. I put 3 in break. I can break things.
I do have. I also have 1 in each of those.
Interesting. So go ahead and give me a break check here. There is a specimen that you could get off of this thing that I would believe is breakable.
So is anyone actually
I'm like a real 10-year-old equipped for violence. That's a 6.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. What were you saying, Malcolm?
was anyone actually injured?
No. No one was actually injured. No one was actually hurt.
All right.
Nothing too... I mean, Matt a little bit, but, like, it was superficial. He got, like,
Well,
a
I mean
bruise.
in game mechanical terms.
In mechanical terms, no. So, Misha. What's your character's name?
Anna?
Anna, you punch this frog with your break skill. You slam it with a rock or something, and the scales that it has on its otherwise frog-like body just kind of shoot off, and they're glowing that same orange as the fruit that started this whole endeavor. You can add
Ooh.
Jakari scales as a specimen to your resource.
Nice. I feel like we can make like armor out of that.
You can do all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you can do whatever the heart desires. But yeah, you guys succeeded in your first combat, your first little adventure. Now what would you like to do? You can hear the ships above. Now that the creature is dead, they resume the gathering of the fruit. There's some rejoicing.
First of all, we should go back up to the ship.
You can do that mostly without incident. I'm not going to make you roll for this. It's not under duress, so I'm just going to allow you to get back on.
Alright, so where do we go next? We spent a while to get here.
I suppose we just keep going in the direction of the moon. The moon will guide us.
Fair.
You know, it was hundreds of thousands of years ago that the moon gave birth to this very planet.
How does that work?
It is a long and complicated process, but we are on travels, so I shall tell you.
And for the next fortnight, every night I'll tell her more about how the stars and the moons are a living, breathing creature. And a lot of things that are not scientifically correct, but they are Celicry scientifically correct.
Yeah. Very interesting. But yeah, so
I got you, Jahan. I would like to use one of my qualities that I haven't used yet. This one is mark to, it's the Rogue Doomsayer ability. Mark to request a dark or unbidden thought from the Firefly. So something dark and maybe even not relevant to our current situation that is a lead or a secret of some kind.
okay, so you're gonna get a secret right now.
It's not even, it doesn't even actually say like the mechanical secret. I can just request unbidden information from you, just dark information.
Is it supposed to be specifically like nefarious information?
Hey man, it says mark to request a dark and unbidden but likely pertinent thought from the Firefly.
Oh no. So
It's the Doomsayer ability, so it is supposed to be bad.
I don't. All right, I'm gonna make you sad then. So you realize the egg in your pocket. It begins to hatch, and inside you see a baby of the creature that you just fought, the Jakrai.
I knew it.
And you realize that thing just wanted its child back, and you savagely murdered it. So there is that a good dark one? Is that?
I like that. I'll show James the rare fruit that I found now.
Earlier when we were picking fruits, I found this exceedingly rare fruit, and now I see that it is hatched, and it is a split tongue, an arrow tongue.
Arrow
What are
tongue,
they
yeah.
called? Yeah, it is an arrow tongue.
Oh, goodness. Well, I suppose we're all cursed again. Onward.
I think maybe I don't want to really be a father to this. Maybe you could cook it up and eat it, or treat it as your own family. Either one is up to you.
There is also raising it until it's really big and then killing it.
Yes, I suppose if you raised it in a very violent and horrible way, you could create quite the monster for yourself to hunt.
Yeah, would that be fun? I think it would be really fun.
Okay, so no, that's funny. So yeah, you have this frog. You do have it. It is a thing. No news on how long it takes to grow, but something's going to develop in front of you. You guys see, as I described earlier, some of the ships were kind of gathering. They're going to form kind of like a temporary flotilla city now that the danger's gone, and it has places where you can tie up on it. You can go join this. For all intents and purposes, it is a small town. Only here for the night.
We could also trade it for a bigger frog, and then trade that frog for an even bigger frog, until we get to a frog of adequate size.
What if we're the ones who are bamboozled and we end up trading for a smaller frog?
Oh no.
How does that work? How could you go out to trade for a bigger frog and end up with the smaller frog?
I'll tell you, it doesn't work at all.
Then how would we trade for a smaller frog?
Well, they could hold a smaller frog very close to you and tell you it's larger.
Yes, perhaps you're bamboozled by perception.
But I have depth perception. That's why we're not in the depths. If I didn't have depth perception, I'd be at the bottom of there already, and I point over the side of the boat.
I think you've obviously proven yourself worthy of taking this arrow tongue.
And I'll place the arrow tongue egg in your hand.
Do what you will with it. Trade it for bigger frogs, or ride it, or turn it into a monster. But I'll have no more of it.
It'll look up at you from inside the eggshell with like big doe eyes. Like, it'll kind of purr like a cat, which you're not expecting.
I'll give it a little scratch in the head.
It'll.
Your name is.
I think it probably.
Your name is Toothy, Stabby Tooth. Stabby Tooth.
All right. Yes, stabby
Well, I'll give it
tooth.
some of the fruit because I think it can probably eat the fruits.
Yeah, the butler comes by.
I'll give it one of the fruits.
Comes by with a tray of fruits. Yeah, it'll eat it happily. It's ready to go. So I have some unsetting questions. Unsetting questions are questions that I ask you to let you add some flavor to the world. So this flotilla that you're coming upon, tell me, any of you, a notable ship that's a part of this flotilla. What does it look like, and what makes it stand out?
I think there should be a really sleek, cool-looking ship that are like our foils, and they have like crew on it who are kind of like us, but sort of better and more organized and less shambolic than us in every way.
Is their ship also a large ship? Is it also giant?
Yeah, except it has seals.
I'm thinking it would be cool. I'm thinking it'd be cool if their ship had like a ski resort on it, like a big hill to fucking ski
Like
down.
it's got like, you know,
They're all
it's got
pompous.
like, you know, the kind of folks who like, you know, tie their sweaters around their
Yes,
shoulders.
they got the sweater around the the sweater on their shoulders.
Like an
So there's-
Oh goodness gracious, they're from Connecticut.
Yeah, they're like an '80s Connecticut bad guy boat.
It's a yacht from our world. I gotcha.
And they do have an octopus, but their octopus has a really nice captain's hand. And somehow seems arrogant for an octopus.
Hey,
Oh.
you're implying that not every octopus is the peak of arrogance. Have you ever met an octopus that was not arrogant?
Arrogant bastards.
Fucking cephalopodic assholes.
Well, for Madame Person, I would say that our captain is justifiably proud of its accomplishments. I mean, it's not bragging if it's true.
That's fair. So yeah, this flotilla has this this sleek looking, nice pleasure vessel. And on it, you can see they're having like a different kind of party on there. They didn't come to respect the culture and the ritual and the festival. They came as tourists to a place they don't belong. And, you know, some people shoot them some glances, but for the most part, it's business as usual. Are you guys going to tie up here? Are you guys going to go join in the flotilla?
Oh gosh, they're spring breakers from Yale.
Yeah.
They look like they might have some good stuff on there.
Yes, quite. They may have many things that would come in handy for our ship. After all, it looks like they have extra seals.
You think I could take them?
I think we should certainly try.
Chin up, sticky fingers.
His fingers aren't sticky. He's all spiders. Wait, spiders are sticky.
So I'm going to suggest that we dress our very best, which is still probably not good enough, and mix with these bougie bastards in a world where class distinctions are probably obsolete because it's so post-apocalyptic, but I'm still going with it. And we see what we can lift from them.
Absolutely. So they, the reason that they're so snooty is because they are shanklings. Shanklings come from the high trees. Not all shanklings are like this by any means, but that kind of safety, living in the tallest of the trees, has afforded them the luxury of ignorance and excess. So they are a ship of shankling. Most of them are ardents, but they have the occasional Gao mixed in. Gao are the mushroom people. That's the mix aboard that ship. But as you tie up your mooring, you'll be greeted by just a rich tapestry of people. There are several Mothrin here, and several lots of Ardents are here as well. This is kind of an Ardent festival. There's a few of the Cactus folk as well. And you see a single Ironbound walking around, doing his rounds. There is food, music, and there's also some business being conducted. You see a makeshift shopping area set up where people are trading goods, services, and stories. But there's not a lot of... It's all pretty... What do you call it? It's kind of Disney friendly, you know? There's not like a lot of fights. You don't see like a bounty board. It's not like, oh, those guys are murderers. Like, it seems pretty safe. You could probably walk here in the dark kind of situation.
I'm going to be on the lookout for spices. I have a few items to trade. I have one of the things I have is I have a collection of I have a pre-verdant heirloom which I have as a collection of ancient armored beak-faced warriors made from some strange kind of horn.
Okay. And you want to try and trade that for some spices.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, there is a way for you to do this. Let's go check it out.
I mean, look at them. They're covered with tiny skulls. Looks like you can make little armies with them. I think they must have been used by the ancients for grand strategic engagements, by their generals, probably by the general that caused our current situation.
Yeah. So spices actually in this situation aren't terribly hard to come by. Those are one of the things on offer. It is, like I said, a rich tapestry of cultures, and so naturally they want to try each other's spices. You'll see a couple tables with different things on offer. One of them will be run by an ectus, which is a cactus person. One of them is an ardent, and another one is a mothrin. Which one do you want to go buy spices from? Probably should. Huh?
I'll go to the Mothrin.
Okay. In the future, I will avoid asking you to make decisions based on race. But right now, my bad. So yeah, Mothrin. There's a Mothrin sitting there. It has a very nice blue coloring to its wings, and kind of a soft form, very slim, and looks very light, and like you could beat it up pretty easy. It looks pretty weak. And it just has very kind, welcoming eyes, and that's kind of what draws you in.
So I could beat it up, but I'd feel bad.
You'd feel terrible. Yeah, absolutely. It looks like a very peaceful being. And as you approach, it will start doing something with its wings that you might realize is language. Do you speak signaling?
Actually, as a matter of fact, I think I do.
That's funny. Okay, cool.
No, I don't. I don't have signaling.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's fine.
So I flap my hands fruitlessly.
It'll cock its head to the side. And it'll make some noises with its mouth, but it'll keep doing that. But it'll start pointing at things. It'll like smell and start showing you stuff.
I'm going to take out some of my things and offer those. They would be beautiful. I mean, they're the same color as your beautiful blue wings. And I'm going to show my little figures, which are definitely not the post-apocalyptic remnants of somebody's Ultramarines collection.
That's pretty funny.
And
I got some of those.
I try to make several complicated gestures until I start looking around to see if any of my companions can speak the same language.
Actually, I am also a shankling, and I can do signaling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, signaling is great. So you see your compatriot talking to a Mothrin, and the Mothrin seems to be speaking with its wings, as they tend to do sometimes. They can speak other languages, but this one seems to be speaking signaling. And you understand what it's saying. So essentially, are you going to translate?
Yeah, I'll translate.
So yeah, this one smells of night, and this one smells of earth. This one smells of flowers, and just kind of explaining. I do like your trinkets. Would you like to trade for some of my spices?
Yes, earth. You mean like dirt? Oh my goodness! Actual dirt. I mean, that's the next best. If it smells and it tastes like dirt, that's like the next best thing to actual dirt. Now, I know you have a variety of things, but this isn't the kind of gathering where people are well-heeled enough to have dirt. Unless they're up in, well, you know where. bastards with the sweaters. Anyway, I make the trade.
No, excellent. Yeah, no. So since you're trading an actual physical thing that you own, you can just do it straight up. It's not overly complicated. Take what you had and change it out for the herb of which one did you want? Which smell were you going for?
The earth one.
Okay.
Earthy ones. You know, we're pretty high up from actual earth.
Yeah.
So anything that smells like, loamy, right? Because
Yeah,
we probably have some dirt up here, but it's not like that thick.
Yeah, it's got that umami quality that you're craving. Yeah, you can call it earth root and just add it to your specimens. Excellent. Man, you're getting ready to cook something, huh?
Yeah.
You're ready to cook quite the meal. So we know what two of you did. Zelacry and Ghost Girl. Anna and Spider-Man. What are you guys doing?
It's Sarast.
Sarast.
I think so. I'm gonna go over to one of the partiers. I'm gonna try to find one that kind of reads off as kind of nice, and I'm gonna come up to him, and I'm gonna be like, "Sir, hi, hello."
No. They're letting first they let children aboard, now dead children. What is this?
Well,
Are you lost?
No, you just looked really nice, and I've never gotten a birthday present before, and I forgot when my birthday is because I'd never gotten a birthday present, and I was thinking about it, and it was making me really upset. And when I'm upset, I tend to set things on fire, and your sweater looks flammable.
So it started off as like, hey, look at me, I'm cute, give me a present. And it ended with a threat of arson. I enjoy that. He'll look down at his sweater and be like, oh, no.
And one of my Myers is just that by existing, like, sparks just come off of me all the time, so I can back up this claim.
Yeah, so electric sparks are shedding from you a little bit. It is a little dangerous. You're a little dangerous. But he'll look at his sweater and be like, oh, no. Here, just take it. And he'll, like, throw it at you. And he'll run in a very unathletic way away from you.
Thank you, sir. You're really nice. I have a sweater.
You do have a sweater now. Yeah, you can add that to your stuff, too. You have...
I have a fancy sweater.
It's cashmere. It's a cashmere sweater.
I took off a rich guy.
Absolutely. And Gary, anything you want to do while you guys are on this makeshift town?
Yes, I would like to try to remove some of the seals off the yacht while she's talking to that man.
You're going to try and steal. Okay. How are you doing this? This is going to be a roll.
Yeah, while she's talking to this guy, I'm going to crawl on the underside of the dock and try to use this distraction as a chance to remove some of their exterior seals. Just go patch them on our piece of junk.
You're going to steal some of their gaskets and their rubber plugs and whatnot.
That's exactly right. Like a repurposed igloo cooler.
What dice you getting for this? How you doing this?
That's a great question. Let me kick back over to my character sheet. This seems like
veils.
Like a sneaky situation, right?
You have veils?
Okay. I do. Okay. I have veils.
It's a good start.
Mm-hmm. And then movement. I have leap. I have scavenge from survival. That kind of seems like
scavenge would help here. Absolutely.
Okay. So
even though it's technically not scavenging, it is the same principle.
Veils and scavenge, so that gives me 3, if that's correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've rolled 5s. I rolled 2 5s and a 3, so I rolled a 5.
Okay, so you do in fact take these seals. You rip them off, but there is some form of complication. Everybody has been given a power-up by Vampire Bites. Thank you, Vampire Bites, for being here.
Welcome.
Thanks, Vampire Bites.
Thank you, Vampire Bites.
I feel like that's just going to help you guys roll on your next. All your next rolls are going to be better than they were before. Because I haven't thought about what the boons mean in this system yet. But the downside of you stealing all these seals, Gary, will be determined when we come back from our break. So thank you for coming in here while we set sail for the first time on the Wildsea. It has been very fun. There's been frog monsters and theft and spooky kids. Oh my!
Don't forget about bad guys with sweaters tied around their shoulders.
Bad sweater men, as there are in fantasy settings.
But trusty, not Dean, C. Dean, Captain.
Absolutely. But yeah, so we shall return, and you'll find out what went awry with Gary's theft after these short messages. It's a break. Ah, so we got a new follower. Welcome back to Fresh Out the Box. Hello, Squeaky the Fool. And welcome to Wildsea by Felix Isaacs. I am the Game Master. There you go. That's all you need to know.
I'm the co-host, Casualty CDG, and
I'm playing an ancient Celicry, a sentient colony of spiders named Sorost.
Hi, I'm Misha, and I'm playing Anna Kian. I just want to hunt big things.
And hey, folks, I'm Matt, but tonight I'm playing Oshin the Lost.
That's you, Kevin.
Right on, indeed. What's up, guys? Sorry for jumping in late. My name is Kevin. I will be playing as Wilson Ors. I'm actually sort of an ancient being. Mothrin, anchored, navigator. Kind of a jack of all trades, really. So we'll see what kind of fun we can get into.
Oh, you know, my name is Malcolm, and I am playing James, a ghost butler.
James. Okay.
If so many of us are dead, does that make us a ghost ship?
Almost. You guys don't quite qualify, but close.
Just a
does seem
couple.
dead in many respects.
Um,
Holes.
I thought your name was James this whole time. It's James with a CH, though. It's James.
It's James. That's right.
James?
James.
James.
Oh my god.
James.
I don't know what to do with this new
James.
information, but I forgot that I had to reconfigure the cameras with Kevin being here now. Almost done though. But yeah,
It's
so
an art.
you guys are on the flotilla, buying spices and stealing sweaters. The Zelicry of your party has decided to sneak to the undercarriage of this ship and steal some of its rubber gaskets and the things that make it airtight, the things that keep the Wildsea out.
I'm a McAfee ship.
Yeah, and wait, what?
On the preppy ship.
Oh yeah, on the preppy ship.
ship.
Yeah. The preppy ship has lost some of its seals, but Gary didn't do it without incident. There has been some trouble, and that trouble is that the Wildsea begins to get inside of this ship. It loses some of its seaworthiness, as it were. So it begins to go beneath the sea a little bit here. And as it does so, it starts to pull the rest of the flotilla with it. It's not happening very fast, as this was not a disaster roll, but it is like beginning to happen. What are you doing, Zillacray?
I'm going to use my leap skill. I have a leap too, and I'm going to get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Can I leap with grace? Is that a thing?
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
5 is my high number there.
Okay.
I rolled d6 of-
So, I've been looking into this. Oh yeah. Also, let me know if you get doubles ever. You did not, but yeah, you got a 5. So you leap from beneath the ship, and you make it to where you're trying to go.
Onto the dock. Right as Misha's character is finishing her conversation with the guy who, in fact, I think he turned around and ran off after he gave her the sweater, right?
You did.
Mhm.
That's when I'm going to leap onto the dock.
And so you're holding essentially all this rubber tubing. As you, so the complication here, you land pretty close to the scene of the crime, holding the evidence, and one of them be like, he stole our ship. That's why we're singing. He put a hole in our ship.
They're right. I did steal a hole in their ship. Let's get out of here quickly.
And I'll start running.
Am I running?
You would think they didn't even build their ship to be able to float with holes in it.
Lords know we did.
But yeah, so people are shouting after you, mostly just the preppy people. A lot of the other flotilla people are working to cut their ship loose, lest it sink the whole endeavor. What are you running? So you're running.
Yes, quickly, let's lose them.
And I'll run in towards where the biggest public area of people is, and use my smoke bomb aspect. Mark to produce a cloud of smoke obscuring vision in the area for others, but not you. We get to do the we get to do the ninja dust and run away.
Yeah. Do you need to mark that?
I did. Yeah,
Okay.
I marked it.
Cool. So you mark a use of your smoke. So you use one of your smoke bombs, one of your myriad of smoke
And
bombs.
that's going to be a 4-track ability.
Very cool. So you have 3 more left for now. Yeah.
Would that be in the market or generally where I am?
Yeah, pretty much
Yeah,
close to where
it's in the
you
market
are.
exactly where you are.
Nice. Well,
And I think that means Matt is also here translating.
Yes.
mhm. Yes. Well, given that alcohol calls to me in my darker moments, and I assume that's one of the things for sale, I am going to use the cover of the smoke bomb to steal booze. I'm not proud of it.
So as you are attempting to acquire a resource of booze, it's going to require a roll. Go ahead and make a veil check here if you have veils. I would also say grace could be applied.
I have neither of those things. I have iron and tides.
Iron and tides.
You should have 3.
You should have a third one.
I should have a third one?
Yeah, you should have a third one.
And you might need to scroll a little bit to the right to see veils.
Oh, there it is, and I do have veils. Woo!
Excellent. So you have veils. So you're going to get another dice because you have an advantage in this situation because of the smoke.
Yes. I am not at all really that sneaky.
So that's going to be
But
it's going to be a 3 dice roll still, though, because baseline 1, +1 for veils, +1 for smoke bomb. Let's see how that goes.
all right. Booze.
A 6!
So you're fumbling around, you hear some bottles clink, and then in your mind, you think, keep the good stuff on the top shelf, and you reach up and you produce a bottle, a full bottle, wax sealed, of what would pass off as fantasy maker's mark, essentially. So pretty good stuff here. So you can add
A premium whiskey.
to your resources.
Preserve the fruit, I swear.
And as you got a 6, there is no complication.
And as the smoke bomb goes off, I'm gonna stop in front of where the smoke is dissipating and just announce to whoever is there, "Watch me! I am the storm! I am the thunder, the lightning, and everything you must fear!" And I'm going to, make myself crackle a little bit more. "Fear the great monster hunter! I'm the Akian!" And I'm gonna run off into the smoke.
Are you attempting to achieve something in doing this, or are you doing it for roleplay?
I mean, for roleplay, and also if you want me to roll something for fun, I'm down for it.
No, you can just do that as a thing. People will remember this event now. Someone else is going to gain the Whisper oncoming storm. Some other party in some other game. But yeah, so you do this, and then you disappear into the smoke, and there will be rumors of this happening.
I didn't hear everything you said, but hopefully you didn't say anything that will lead them back to us.
As I hurry down the alleyway.
Just my name and exactly who I am.
Oh, good. No problem.
Osin, you're obscured in smoke. Your buddy steals alcohol. You might not even be aware of that. What are you doing? Are you skedaddling?
In a sense, I would like to jump. Take Misha's distraction as a jumping off point, and I'm going to shout, run from the Ancient One. And then I'm going to go back to the ship where everyone's scrambling to fix the seals and try to steal something valuable.
You're going to go back to the yacht to steal something worth money. Okay. So yeah, you've generated chaos. Chaos gives you advantage, and I believe you have veils as well, right?
I do.
3 dice roll.
Oh, right.
Every time you roll, this game really makes you roll the dice, man. Every time you roll, it's dangerous. I'm excited. Oh my god!
Ooh, double sixes.
So those are doubles. Doubles, we can talk about it finally. Anytime you roll doubles, so obviously you have to be rolling more than 1 dice, you get a twist. So if you acquire something, it might have some strange, unique, or powerful benefit, something like that. Are you going to go on board? Essentially,
yeah.
All right, so you run up the gangplank to help.
Because I'm a shankling, so I'm gonna help my fellow shankling.
Absolutely. So you go into the captain's quarters and you grab the first thing you see. I'll say we'll keep the nautical thing. I'm gonna give you a chart called we'll call it Golden Compass. I know it's copyright infringement, but you find a golden compass.
Great.
And you can add that as one of your charts. So the way charts work in conjunction with whispers. So essentially, you provide the golden compass. Someone provides the whisper, a sound beneath the waves, or something like that. Someone has one in their inventory. It then generates a quest, essentially. Hey, thank you so much for the raid, Third Rate Nerds. Fantastic name. Welcome, Free Shavakadu. And Capricious Nature, how's it going?
What's up, Cap?
What's up, Cap? Welcome, Raiders, playing Wildsea with my friends here, and having a good time. Just explaining whispers and the like. So you get the golden compass. What's that?
I have a bunch of charts and whispers.
Oh, you can use those anytime you want, sir. And it forces my hand.
Which is I think that's a reminder, Jahan. Whenever we dock, I think our stargazers get a secret.
Oh yeah, I have a grandfather.
Everyone remembers a thing all of a sudden. Yeah, I think when we dock, our stargazers get a secret.
Thank you so much for the follow.
And our scholar gives us a piece of lore.
Yeah, damn. So you guys get a piece of lore from your scholar, and you guys get a whisper from your stargazer. So the stargazers will generate, just because I like it, they'll generate the whisper, the thunder god is angry. It might not actually be related to you directly, but it is interesting. So you guys have that as a party. Any one of you can mark it down.
No, God is angry, and we have the Golden Compass map, and it is like true to form to that IP infringing thing. We should just use it to go and like have a chat, really chew out God.
You guys want to go try to find some sort of thunder deity with these?
I love the idea.
I want to talk to the storm and then fight it and then win.
I like the idea that in a modern age campaign, it would just be me and Malcolm as me and Malcolm, and we want to go have a talk with God. Like, we're just going to go give him a fucking...
Go have a chat with
like,
we're
not going to fight him. We're not going to kill him. I love us as characters just going to give him an earful. Just like, hey, let me talk to you for a second. What are you doing? The fuck are you doing?
In all this, you know.
Kevin, you have been given a boon as well. So everybody, on any of your future rolls here, you guys all have a boon sitting there. You can get an extra dice, even if that would raise it to 4. I'll do it that way until I think of a different way, or maybe that'll work.
I think the boons should be a little narrative flavor.
You think?
I think so.
We'll work on it later.
Maybe the people who drop the boons give us a little narrative.
Well, I gotta put some prompts in there for that to work out, but
yes,
we'll work on that. But for now, they will just be an extra D6. Yeah. So you guys are on your boat. Everyone got back successfully, I believe. Kevin's character, the Mothra, never... were you on the boat the whole time?
Sorry?
Were you on the boat the whole time?
No, I flew onto it at some point after having jumped off of something else.
Gotcha. So you land on the boat. All this chaos is going on. They are trying to apply these seals to their ship. But some people are angry. Some people are starting to be like, it was them. They did this. You guys are probably going to shove off, I imagine, soon. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm getting ready for takeoff. I'm getting ready to make the ship go faster.
We don't need seals on our ship. We are obviously master engineers, and our ship is in amazing shape and no need of repairs at all. Why would we take your seals?
I'll say as I motion down to our ship, which looks like a giant rusty box tied together with ropes.
Interesting. So
Nice
I'd like to jump in here and missed a bunch of the first part, so just stop me if I'm doing something wrong, John. But I want to use an aspect that I've got called Scoenesis that I picked up from being a navigator.
Okay.
And it's the ability to manipulate ropes. You have uncanny control over nearby ropes and rigging, which twist and move according to your will. So I would like to... So I land on this ship. I look at the closest person to me, who is probably... I'm not sure. Where is everybody?
Everybody's on the ship now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm just going to plop down next to somebody. I'm going to look right over at him and be like, oh, howdy, hey, how's your day? And then I'm just going to start like focusing on these ropes and using them to plug the holes so they like coil on themselves and create seals, if I may.
Yeah, sure, you can do that if you want. You kind of seal up the ship a bit, which is a good temporary measure. After that, though, you guys want to... So now your ship does have like a temporary seal boost, essentially.
Would you like something a little sharp to wet your proboscis, sir? Man? Creature? I'm going to pour a little tiny shot of whiskey. Pass it over. To our navigator.
Oh, I usually don't drink and drive, but I'm lying. Thank you. So, for context as well, as a Mothrin, I chose to be the dragonfly variety, but I present as a child, even though I have repupated many, many times, and I'm ancient. But I have a dragonfly backpack, and the wings are active and sort of things like that, so I can use it to fly and stuff like that. But I appear as some sort of like haunted child from a horror movie. Is the idea here?
Absolutely. So your preparations are kind of going to be rushed here. Normally, so I was going to do kind of like here's how you do departure and stuff like that. But you guys are naughty little peoples. So it's going to be a rush departure. So you guys are going to skip the like hiring gangs and officers and the taking on passengers and the cargo. You guys are going to vamoose. But you do get to kind of pick your heading. So you can do that by like picking a direction, or you can do charts and whispers.
I want to follow that new chart.
The new chart, the golden compass. So this golden compass you're holding in your hand. Now, like literally any one of you can choose one of your whispers, and you look at the compass and you say it, and then that becomes what happens essentially, which is pretty fun.
I have a whisper called the calm before.
Okay.
You want to use that one?
You absolutely can. Everybody good with that?
Mm-hmm.
So as you look at this compass, you're reminded the calm before. Something about a compass. The compass will lead you to the place where it'll begin. And what will begin is the storm. And it sounds like something that you guys would like to go and see.
I have a second secret related to this very quest. Have any of you found a chart related to the storm is angry?
I mean, if any of you want to use another one?
Yeah, then we can by doing this, we can actually give you a small quest to build. A multi-step quest. Because if we have the calm before and the storm is angry, I feel like we should make this a two-parter.
I don't know how that works, but we could try it.
Oh, dang it, I don't.
I have another chart. I have a copper-colored chart.
Is it just called copper-colored chart?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we have a golden compass and a copper-colored chart. The only thing we're missing is the chapter that's silver.
Sure. What's your whisper again?
Mine is the one we just got. It's the storm is angry.
The storm is angry. So, all right. The storm
Well,
is angry.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I stole the booze in response to my mire. So do I check off the track for that then?
I believe so. Yes, you mark a track of your mire.
Okie doke, done.
Excellent. And I think that it can get bad, but you're still safe for now. So the storm is angry. Copper-colored chart will be one step of this quest, and then the golden compass and the calm before. So it sounds like the golden compass and the calm before are obviously going to be the first part. The calm before the thunder god is angry. So yeah, you guys are on your way to where the compass points. The compass points towards where the storm is to begin. And you want to get there before the thunder god is angry. So, on your way, it's essentially you're just following this compass across the sea. But now what you have to do is you actually have to journey. You have to go across. I have a journey track for this. It works just like your aspect tracks. Once
Don't stop believing your journey track.
Yeah. Kevin. Oh, Kevin. You hurt me, sir. No, that's a good one. So, at the helm, who is driving? I imagine it's the navigator, right? Is it you, Kevin?
I hope so. If everybody else is cool with that.
No one else wanted to do it earlier, so you're solid,
even
boss.
I imagine I cannot see over the wheel depending on what kind of wheel it is, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so you have some options here. When you take the helm, you have a different control over the ship and can choose one of the following 3 options. Cut a path, forge ahead, or drop anchor. Each choice has both narrative and mechanical consequences. So, cut a path. You travel at a decent speed while keeping the ship and crew as safe as possible. Give whoever is on watch a good chance of spotting oddities early. And then mechanically, you mark a single box on your progress track. When the watch roll is made, you can usually choose to encounter whatever is sighted or to steer clear of it without a problem. But if you're forging ahead, you're gunning it. The waves are rough but swift. The roar of the engines and cracking of branches heralding your arrival. Watch is almost a formality. You have little chance of coming within visual range of anything without being spotted yourself. So mechanically, you can mark 2 boxes on the progress chart, and when watch is rolled, you'll usually blunder straight into whatever you see. And then the other one is drop anchor. You're going to stop. And since you just came from a stop, I feel like you're probably not going to pick that one. Which one would you like to do, Helmsman?
Have we had a chance to put in those purloined seals?
Ooh. Someone can make a... So now that you're underway, you can make that roll. Who's the fixer of your ship? Is it the Geist Octopus? 'Cause I think it is the Geist Octopus.
Love that thing.
Yeah, that's what they're for. They do kind of do general repairs, and it could potentially affix these seals for you. Is that what you want? Yeah.
What is the name of this octopus?
The captain?
Mm-hmm.
Captain. Captain Octopus.
Let me go ahead and update your seals. So yeah, you have counteracted your negative seals, and you have some. You're not a completely leaky ship at this point. The octopus does install them with some gusto. That's not much of an issue. So now remove. You have those written down.
He's always taken pride in having a tentacles on attitude.
But yeah, if you had those written down as a resource, if you had the seals written down, mark them off. They are used, and your ship has been made stronger because of it. Does Captain Octopus have a garden in the shade? Oh, vampire bites. In an octopuses. That's all we can do without getting sued. So.
Says the Golden Compass guy.
Compasses can be gold.
Hey, at least we're not making TikTok references.
That's fair. We haven't done that yet.
You're late.
Yet.
We haven't done that yet. So do you want to cut a path or forge ahead, sir?
Well, like any good captain, I will consult my very brand new crewmates and explain to them that, well, traditionally speaking, I'm generally sort of a forge-ahead person, blindly fail forward and escape if necessary.
In the Wildsea, it's my experience that we are all destined to eventually fall to the depths and be overtaken and die. So forge ahead, the quicker the better.
You make it go quicker. You want me to go poke the cocoon? I could tell it about my dreams about how I want Stabby Tooth to grow up big and strong so I can fight him to death.
Yes, I think that would probably work quite nicely.
I think the core engine of the ship is having like a reverse cosmic horror experience every time she talks to it, right? Because you know how like vast entities like speak to us in horror games and we lose it. Instead, this like, vast insect entity is being like, fed these like, hugely this stream of enormous violence from this young deceased girl that is making it want to escape, and it can't because it's harnessed to the ship.
It's a bit of a mind fuck, yes. I try not to dwell on it. There's a lot going on your ship.
You don't know if it's the electricity or if it's the shit I'm saying to it.
I like that it feeds on nightmares and she's fueling it with dreams and it can't handle it, so it guns it, like Malcolm said. There's too many dreams! Get me out of here! No, it's this kind of psychological torture that in the future causes these monsters to get revenge. It basically...
Like with the lighthearted, swashbuckling nature of this game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then Stabby-Toot's gonna get so big that he's bigger than the moon, and then he's gonna eat the moon, and then I'm gonna have to fight him, and then I'm gonna win and be the greatest monster hunter of all time.
Oh dear, that child's really lost her mind.
So since you are forging ahead, now one of you.
Very good. It's right to be suspicious of the moon. Doesn't stick around, does it?
Oh no. You guys have to pick one of you to make a watch roll. So it's going to be, you guys are all going to take turns doing it. It can't be the driver. So one of you is on lookout.
I got a skill for it though.
Do you?
Yeah, and it's a bird, so I don't have to do anything.
What is it? What does it say?
Nerd.
You have Nerd the bird again?
Yeah, of course, dude. He lives on. He didn't die last time, did he? Scout Falcon once per journey, whatever the fuck that is, allows a crew member to roll 2d6 when on watch and then pick the preferred result.
Oh, you can use that when someone else rolls. Yeah.
Damage. I don't want to hoe somebody's turn.
No, you can boost someone's turn if you would like. So yeah, one of you is going to make this roll, and if you want to, you can use your bird. So once per journey means until you get to your destination. Right now, I have this track that you're trying to fill to get to where you're going.
Right on.
It also seems I might have been doing some of these whispers wrong. But that's okay.
I can take a watch.
Okay. So you, then, it's very simple. Roll.
I got
2d6.
How many?
2.
Okay. I have one. I have one rank of sense. Does that make a difference?
Oh wait, psych. You only roll 1 unless you have like a map of the area. So this is a different kind of roll. It's not really skill based necessarily.
No worries. 1d6.
Yeah, 1d6.
Boom.
Woo!
Nice. Falcon, but no, man. Looks like you got it.
So, so what this means is that I'm going to give you guys a watch so uneventful that you have time to do a... You can do a meeting if you want to. You have a meeting as a crew. It's a pretty boring journey so far. Nothing bad happens. That's good. You can give a chance for one of your crew to tell a tale. One of you can tell a story, which would allow another crewmate to gain a whisper based on that story. You can do a stretch of calm ripe for breaking. Create a tree shanty to lift the spirits and learn about the world. I don't know what a tree shanty is yet, but I intend I guess it's like a sea shanty. Do you guys want to sing? Now's your chance. A problem or event concerning to the undercrew, such as a fight, a sickness, or a personal discovery, so you guys can interact with your NPCs on your ship. Or you can take a time for reflection, confronting and coming to terms with your actions, which can usually heal Myers.
Oh, God, no.
Which of
I was
those
going to
sound
say, you
appealing?
just picked up that level of mire, you could immediately get rid of it.
You
but,
could.
Yeah, what's the fun in that?
But you have to confront your alcoholism, and no one wants to do that.
Okay. If I
Hey, man,
dealt with
he
my
doesn't have it,
issues,
okay?
I wouldn't have become a ghost. Frog
Sister
tongue
S,
cheese.
could you Could you tell me a bit more about the moon?
Oh yes. As you see, I'm here with the stargazers every night. This is why I can't take night watch, and we are all very busy watching at night. The stars, though, we can't be bothered by looking around the ship. It requires our fullest attention. Did you know that there every night are a few shooting stars that crash into this planet, and each of them is from the moon, and they contain gifts of moonstone, which can be used to power ships.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, the
So
moon
you're saying-
giveth. It also controls the rain, from what I understand.
So you're saying the moon is a monster so powerful, it even changes the weather. How to fight it?
Yes, and I'll tell you tomorrow of the legend of many people who have tried to fight the moon, and how it has defeated them.
Oh, Lid! Because I've never lost. That's why I'm still here.
So you gain the whisper. Let's see. You gain the whisper. Moon fuel. I feel that's good. Moon fuel.
Cool.
Yes.
Me, a ghost. I've never lost a fight.
I would like to take that frog tongue and spices and whip up a big old dinner.
Absolutely. Go ahead. I believe. Wait, what's your post?
I'm the surgeon.
Okay, you're surgeon. Yeah, go ahead and make a cooking check here. You can use tides, I believe you have, which would be
I do
applicable.
have tides.
Because, wisdom and cooking.
And
And,
I
and since you're using, what are you using? The herbs, the frog tongue?
I'm using, can I use both?
Yeah. So yeah, I'll go ahead and throw you the third dice because you're using 2 resources here to make a fine meal. Let's see how this goes. Let's see if this meal is any good.
Well, I did my roll.
Oh, is that it? Okay. Excellent. So, despite it being tough, you manage to make a delicious meal. Everyone gets to eat some. You guys have a nice sit-down meal while the Zealot Cry tells this tale. The frog tongue is marinated in earth root, and it actually tastes fantastic.
Can I give some the stabby tooth?
Yeah, it's cannibalism, but yeah, you can.
Oh man, it's even worse than cannibalism. Here, eat your mother's tongue.
So this is, I'm not sure what I want that to do in the future. Right now, I'm going to allow that to heal your mire, actually.
Woohoo!
The meal makes you feel better. It makes
So,
you...
I
it's
actually
soul
was just
food.
looking. I was just looking at this, Jahan. There's a cool thing on page 69 of the Wildsea playtest. D Delta. It's personal tracks and benefits, and it actually has a spicy meal as one of the benefits.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay.
Oh, wait, there's something related to benefits? I think I have an
Yes.
aspect related to benefits.
So since
Whenever
Malcolm
you gain...
actually spent real resources to do it, he can actually give us a real thing. Mhm.
Yeah. What's your benefit thing
Whenever-
you said?
Whenever you gain a temporary benefit, increase that benefit's track by 1 box.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to have this do, since everyone is going to get a taste of this tongue, I'm going to say you all gain a 3-track aspect. And yes, I heard myself.
What a sentence.
A 3-track aspect called a fine meal. And you can use that when you think it's applicable. Whether it, helps you not feel sad, or you could talk about it to a chef, you got to use it 3 times. Every time you use it, check. This one is a disappearing one, so check one every time you use it. And obviously, Misha, you'll get it as a 4-track. So, hell yes. No, I like that. Thanks for showing that to me. That's actually really cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It seemed like the exact right time as I was looking.
No,
at
it was a great time because, he worked so hard on that meal, like actually, and I wanted it to mean something important.
Yeah.
So, is this like an actual aspect in the book, or is this kind of a thing where we have something that we can use a couple of times and just kind of come up with what it does?
Yeah, exactly. It's a on the spot one. So it's you can use it anytime you think that having had a good meal will come in handy.
I'm going to use it right now and mark off one if I'm allowed. Is it possible for me to like regenerate track of my faithful spirit by giving my ghost boss a nice meal?
Yeah, sure. I would allow that. Food is replenishing, so I will allow you to switch a track like that. Yeah, absolutely. So things like that, if you can justify it to me, yeah, you can do it. This is a very narrative system, and kind of just whatever. No, that's a good idea. I actually am very happy right now. I love that whole thing. Very cool. So, we're back. Are you going to continue to forge ahead, Kevin?
Boy, absolutely.
Okay.
Probably until we bump into something.
So here's
only hard enough to sink the ship.
So here's the way that apparently you are supposed to use whispers and charts. So whoever wants to make the roll, you can choose to not roll and instead have a discovery by spending a chart in conjunction with a whisper. And then you will find something right then and there that will pertain to that. And you will continue on your journey as well. So your journey we'll say that it's to a town. But on the way there, you can use these whispers and charts to discover things if you want to. So who wants to make the roll or discover?
I'll roll to discover. That's one of the only.
You don't
things
have to
I'm
roll.
good
You can
at.
just choose to discover.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm retconning a little bit on what I said earlier, but I feel like it's important just to figure out the rules in our first session a little bit more. So yeah, go ahead. Which ones are you spending? You want to do the golden and the calm?
Yes.
All right. So the golden compass and the calm. So as you guys are forging ahead, your stargazer and resident squidman are staring at this compass. And while they're doing so, the young girl whispers the calm before. And the compass begins to point in a direction. And the ship starts to head that way as you have a new heading. You see something off in the distance. And I think you guys can help me come up with it, actually, if you want to. But whatever you don't fill out, I will gladly fill in. What do you guys see? What does the compass draw for? Is it a bronze spire jutting into the sky? Or perhaps a ominous-looking stormy peak of a mountain? Or a tree that has been cut in half by a bolt of lightning? It could be any of those things, or if you have something better, feel free. Those are just what I thought.
Yeah, how about a whole section of the forest where a bunch of trees are knocked down and toppled?
Yeah.
With seemingly no cause.
Yeah, so you guys, excellent. So you're forging ahead. You're going, it's a little dangerous at this, but what you see, you hear it before you see it. You hear the rustle of trees as this chasm caused by some unknown natural phenomenon. You see it off on the side, and what it is a collapsing of trees that is like setting off dominoes, and it is causing this arboreal waterfall to transpire in front of you. It's really cool looking, but it's also obviously you're looking at death if you do not steer away. So helmsman, Bing, bing. Go ahead and give me a roll here, sir.
Oh dear, I might have to jump off just like I did the last one.
A bloody moon flinging rocks at us again.
Can I try to help him by supercharging the engine?
Yeah, if you do it at the right time, yeah, it would be a huge boon to gun it
All
at
right.
the perfect moment. Go ahead. Yeah, it sounds like you have help.
How many D's?
3.
Alright.
As long as you guys are working in tandem very well. And as you are a sea captain with a supercharger, I feel like 3 is appropriate.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and use that boon that we got sitting around.
Yeah!
And, pop up to 4.
Thank you, Vampire Bites, for potentially saving the crew. Go ahead and pop out a 4. Boom! No doubles, but a 6. A 6 is what you need. As you are turning, sorry, I messed something up. As you were turning, Misha, you gun it at the perfect moment. And so all of a sudden you're like, you Tokyo drift like right on the edge of this tree waterfall. Now you guys are safely, because a 6 is a full success, safely traveling alongside it. And you're looking down. It's quite the thing to behold. The trees just seem to be going down, down, down. And you've never seen anything like this before.
Oh, how's everybody doing? Howdy, hey, how's your day? That's quite a hole in the ocean, isn't it?
Yes, this star's full told of our deaths today, so I'm not surprised at all to see this.
It's like death because they're trying to kill us.
I'm a little tuckered out, but the spicy's making me feel better. I'm gonna use I'm gonna burn one of the aspect in order to get back a bit of my supercharging.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's been good to have in hand.
It has been. It's been useful in many, many situations. Yes. But yeah, so you guys see this thing, this hole, and you see something down there. It looks like maybe all of this, something landed that caused this hole. Something hit the earth. You can't tell what it is, but there's something smoking down there, which is a bad sign in general in the Wildsea.
Well,
Kevin,
Yeah.
what's your character's name?
Wilson Oars.
All right. Okay. Oars. I saw you moving some ropes around earlier.
Oh yeah, from time to time I've been known to do such things.
Well, tie them to my feet and send me down the hole.
Oh dear. The amount of toxic masculinity on this fella. You got it, buddy. And I'm just gonna close my eyes and start getting nervous. And we're gonna wrap. And we're gonna
You're
drop.
using a rope to lower him into the tree waterfall.
It actually gives me like the ability to control. It says ropes and rigging specifically, and being the fact that I'm a nerd that works in technical theater for a living, I'm gonna go ahead and say that he's locked up pretty solid. We've got like aircraft cable, ferrules and stops. Like he's got carabiners that are for climbing, and we're gonna drop him down into that hole.
If you want to, yeah, go ahead, Michael.
well, perhaps I should go with you. As we know, there are many old things down there, and being both nostalgic and dead, I tend to have a certain facility with these things.
If he's going, then I'd like to reiterate that the stars have foretold all of our deaths, so I'll be joining as well.
I turn
I'll
into
take the outrider.
Nice. I turn into another mass of writhing spiders, and I just get onto Matt's character for the ride down.
Gross.
Hey, Matt.
So when everybody starts splitting, I'm just gonna go ahead and be like, I might as well just steal the ship at this point.
I think now's a good time for me to say sometimes I jolt electricity as well
Oh,
in my body.
Is that
So
one of your?
just to add that.
Is that an aspect?
It is a mire.
It's a mire. You do it for a different reason. So, what is that gonna mean? I don't know what that's gonna mean, Matt. Does it say under the mire anything specific?
Let me read it real quick.
'Cause you're covered in spiders, buddy.
Yeah.
Head to toe.
Sparks and jolts course through your extremities. That's what it says.
Okay.
That sounds really comfortable for everyone.
Same with James when he doesn't drink.
So as the spiders climb all over you, your electricity hurts him. Gary, you are forced to retreat up the rope a bit as you are unintentionally electrocuted. You're going to mark a point on that mire, Matt. It's yet another time that this thing has come between you and a friend. So it's a bad feeling.
Awful.
So if you'd like to swarm all over me, I would be happy to. I would be happy to be of help, and it certainly would not be at all creepy and terrifying.
Okay, so you guys dip the ghost butler in spiders. Gotcha.
That's a sentence.
And you lower them into the arboreal waterfall. All while being accompanied by the ghost child and the outrider. So it sounds like the party's going.
Yeah.
Kevin, what is Warson? God damn it, I can't say it.
Fuck, no, you can't.
Not Orson. Warson.
Wilson Ors, dude.
Els.
Wilson Ors.
Orders.
Okay.
Wilson Ors.
Wilson Ors. There you go. It's so hard. All right, Wilson Ors. What are you doing? You're the last one on the ship at this point.
I mean, is it a safe assumption that I can sort of continue to navigate it without having to physically be at the wheel?
No.
Or
You'd have to
controlled?
weigh Acre. Or get someone else to pilot it.
Oh, wait, but are we trying to drop them in while we're moving? Because weighing anchor doesn't sound like a horrible idea. Like, this isn't a maelstrom, right? It's a static hole?
No, it is, like, pouring, but if you weighed Acre, you could stay stationary.
No, I think I want to be ready to jam out in case they get into trouble. So I'll just continue
You're
forging
going to
ahead
keep
like
the
I do.
engine running. Gotcha. No problem. You could still
I'm just
possibly
gonna-
assist from here, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to stay there. I'm going to drink some of James's booze because now he's got me on that shit. And I'm going to send my Falcon Scout into that hole if I may. Because it's not how it's described, but it's a fucking bird, so...
Yeah, that's fine. It's a bird. Yeah, it can go in holes. Yeah, fair. Don't look at me like that. I heard what I said. So, you guys all descend into madness, it seems. Towards, I imagine, the point of interest, which is this sparking, smoldering structure that is in this deep hole. As you're being lowered down by Kevin. Kevin, go ahead, mark one use of that rope thing, and I will allow you to just lure them in, no issue.
Sweet. Is that an X or an O?
What does that mean?
Okay, so the O's are for open aspects, and the X's are for when you've used the aspect.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so X.
Thank you.
Like a mark or a burn.
Yeah. So yeah, you exit out.
Like one of my aspects has a thing where I can just cause damage. Like I could just cause a big jolt, but I can cause like an extra big jolt by burning it.
Okay, dope. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, I guess circle then. Yeah.
Got it.
Because it's not like burn. But yeah, so you guys are being lured in by a magic rope, ghost covered in spiders, Squid Man, thinking about how he's so hard to love because he's made of electricity, and then Ghost Girl in an outrider ship riding down. You're just riding down the falls, so you're probably having a blast. But this structure is before you, and you guys get up to it. As you get closer, it starts to loom bigger. It's a big metal structure of some kind. It is gray and red. It looks like it's been oxidized to all holy hell, but there are still some parts where the steel shines through. it's a tall metal structure that has these strange jutting arms coming out the top of it with these round metal things hanging off of those. Some of them are exploded. It's hard to describe what it is without saying what it is. But yeah, you see at the base of this thing some sort of building. It seems like... It's not like a structure you've ever seen, really. It looks like something of the old world. It seems to be made of concrete, and it has these big steel doors with strange, colorful, faded stickers with writing on them on the walls.
I can speak that language. That's Chthonic, right? Or Chthonic.
The ancient human language?
Yes.
Yeah, if you can speak that, then you can read some of these words. And as you get closer, it says, warning, electrical substation. As you guys find an old electric utility tower buried in the sea that seems to have summoned a lightning bolt to the depths. And as you guys approach, so you guys are very close now, you guys can land. You're landing on some roots that are holding this structure. It's very large. It's a very large structure, and it's being suspended in the arms of these trees. And as you are, the rushing of the wood all around you, falling into this hole, is very loud. And you see a few things in the trees, creatures that are being swept up. And they're making whale calls as they fall.
In ancient times, this was a gathering place for people who liked to be dominated by electricity.
Electric substation. Gotcha. But
Nice.
Yeah, just be happy it's not an electric dom station. Those are rough.
Just wait till you go downstairs.
No!
Giant violet wand.
Why do I feel like there's another meaning to this? I do not understand.
Flashbacks to Buck Nasty's palace right now.
Oh no! Let's not mention Buck Nasty. Not here.
You thank Malcolm for all that.
What is a Buck Nasty?
So you guys have landed. You guys are all standing in front of this building from time before. What you doing? It has fencing all torn up around it. It used to be chain link fences, but now it's rot with trees and holes, and it's all crunched up and rusted.
I'll come pouring off the rope almost like sand or gravel, the way all the spiders drop into a pile. And then as they form up, my form will pull out a sawed-off shotgun and a big-ass black market revolver.
Oh,
Nice.
That's quite refreshing for me. It wasn't at all disturbing to help bring you down. I just want you to know that it was not at all one of those terrifying experiences of my post-life.
Good. I thank you for your assistance in helping me bring down my firearms. They're hard to carry in spite of form.
I understand it was not at all intensely uncomfortable, nor will it give me nightmares.
Does anybody
Great.
have an
We can use those.
arachnophobic Meyer?
We can use those to power the ship.
Okay. It would be funny.
I wonder where my whiskey is now.
So you pull out your pistols. You're ready to rock. What you doing? We'll go Ocean.
What's up?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm breaking in. I'm gonna go in that.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
just go right up to it. Absolutely. So there is a door, and it does actually seem to be locked. Funny enough, somehow it survived the ages. How you getting in there?
Interesting. With an axe.
Okay, so you're gonna break.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're using your aspect axe here on this steel storm door, essentially. It's not like a forward door. It's like one of those ones that leads into like a basement. Go ahead and roll at least 2 dice there.
I also have a point of break and teeth as well.
So yeah, with an aspect combined with a skill, yeah, you get 3 dice. Would you like to use your boon that you still have floating for a 4th?
Sure.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, might as well. Otherwise, it'll go to waste. Yeah, go ahead and roll them 4 bones.
Got double 5s.
Son.
Oh, you rolled it. I see. Double 5s. Interesting. Let me consult the guide for double 5. Double 5 is interesting. So, you do absolutely cut into the door, and you break the lock. You're very loud in doing so.
Nice.
But you do get in.
Cool. What do I see when I walk through the threshold?
You see stairs going down. And you see a lot of weird, like, piping on the walls with, like, frayed wires coming out of them. That kind of thing. And you hear the, like, that electrical buzzing noise.
Interesting.
And you smell, it has that smell. It smells like rust and ozone.
Well, I got it open. Y'all coming?
Okay. Yeah, I had an idea. Maybe we could find somebody, one of those prep people from the yacht, and then we could take them, and then we could cover them in him. You know? All the spiders, and spook him out, and then we have extra fuel for our ship.
I think that's a great idea.
Let's kidnap someone.
Yes,
That's
next time we
I
come
think
across
you're right.
that ship, I believe we should act on that. I think that's a great idea.
Thank
Yes,
you, sir. I like having good ideas.
Certainly wouldn't mind dealing with that smug manservant of theirs, Nigel, with his non-patchy coat and his lack of significant interest in alcohol.
Yes, and they have a Senecry aboard their ship who he just walks around all the time, and he stays in form, and he doesn't fall apart, and I don't like that.
So, am I able to manipulate these ropes into having the ship continue running but stay the course so that I may join the party? I have a knack for scaring the shit out of people.
You could rig the ship to follow the outside, but also you have crew members that are NPCs that could take the helm, essentially.
Are they trustworthy, though?
They're your crew.
On my crew, I just jumped on this bitch.
Also, there is the captain, the Geist Octopus himself. You could.
Oh, yeah, I trust that. Dude, I spent
Trust
like
that
more
guy.
than half my points on that fool, dude. Yeah, I'm going to let him drive the
You'll
boat.
tell him to hold it steady. And
Someone on our YouTube said that his name should be Ringo, the captain.
We can't give him a name because I'm going to mukbang him on video.
Yeah.
And it'll make people sad when I eat it while it's
That's
still
true.
alive.
If you don't know what that word means, it's not what it sounds like.
Sort of what it sounds like.
Mukbang.
Thank you. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
God, I'm culturally
And
ignorant. and terrible person.
And apparently
how-
there's some controversy about a girl who eats live octopi as part of her mukbangs.
It's okay to say it wrong, Kevin. I once read that if you pronounce something wrong, it means that you read it, and reading is good. So good for you. Good for you for reading the
Have
thing.
you never heard it before?
You have, like,
I
the
also
fucking
say.
umlauts and shit, so
I
how was
also say
supposed to know?
mukbang. I also say mukbang.
Well,
I don't really
maybe
know
I'm not
anything
going to
about it.
mukbang it.
I'm
Maybe I'm
glad
going
that
to
there's a generation gap there.
Yeah, it is a fairly recent occurrence. So you're going to join the crew in this place. How are you doing so?
So I'm just going to give it a good old-fashioned leap off the side and use my elegant wings to glide down safely.
Okay. Yeah, use your wings, and I'm gonna let you. You have wings. I'll let you land it. I feel like that's reasonable.
I do have an aspect if you want to start beefing, so.
Yeah, no, I know you have the aspect. Yeah, absolutely. So,
But no, I
boom.
appreciate the safe landing.
Speaking of beacon, I would suggest that, we're about to go into this place. I don't know how to say this in character, but I really do think the belligerent kid should go first.
The belligerent ghost child, potentially.
Belligerent ghost child.
So I do have. So you did get a twist, Matthew.
Traffic, murdering.
and I have decided they can be good things. So I like this one. You find a resource amongst all the trash. So as you hack in, you actually find some good, intact, unoxidized chain. So it's a pretty good chain. You find added as scavenge, and you can use that in the future to do whatever you want to do with chain. It's more useful than it sounds.
We could try to infuse it with electricity and make it into a weapon.
They could.
That's true.
But yeah, up
That
ahead,
Kevin
you
can
just
deal
hear
with his
the
mind.
you hear the arcing of electricity. Everyone is together now.
Can I try to absorb it?
You'd have to
Can I
go
try to
forward
supercharge?
to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Can I go up to it?
You can't see the origin yet. You can only hear it.
Okay.
But you can go down the hallway.
We
Yeah.
go ahead. Yeah, so we go investigate it. Does anyone have any, what's the word, objections?
So the ghost child leads the way towards, almost drawn to the sound of electrical current. You're going through this hallway. It is an electrical substation from like the modern times, so that you can visualize it. But it is very decrepit. There's dirt all over the floors, completely obscuring the concrete floor. There are old, moldy posters that are still evaporating on the walls, and you have open switch boxes that are sitting there, open. They seem to be working, strangely enough. But yeah, as you go to the end of the hallway, you do see some of the cause of this electrical disturbance. Up ahead, there is a electrified corridor, essentially. A bunch of jagged metal from this thing's displacement. Pipes and the like are sticking through, and they are arcing electricity.
In the pre-verdant times, it was believed that the Selachrai ancestors brought electricity to the world so that they may power their things. However, it was obviously disastrous, and is probably causing this tree fall right now. We should shut this down.
But if
We
we
can shut it down, and I can try to absorb some of it.
Oops.
Maybe we can store it in some jars and spare bottles we have lying around. Is that how electricity works?
I do have this ancient old glass.
I'll give it to Anna. I'll give her this glass.
Take this with you if you're going to absorb the electricity, and bring some back in this glass for us.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go, I guess I'm gonna try to capture lightning in a bottle.
Okay.
The dream.
You know, I honestly don't know whether this is magical cleverness or just ignorance.
We're about to find out how this game works,
I mean,
aren't we?
she is a tempest, so I'll allow the attempt because she can manipulate electricity. So it is, I mean, as possible as it'll ever be. Go ahead.
And I assume if I have a big success, I could possibly maybe recharge one of my aspects.
You could
If I can absorb electricity.
You could potentially do several things, yeah. So it's gonna be an acquisition roll. So you get one dice base, as always. How are you getting the other two, if you can?
So I'm good with grace, teeth, and tides. Are any of those?
Tides would probably be okay.
And also,
Understanding the electricity.
And also, I'm thinking this is a combat ability, but also taking on a lot of electricity. That's like a big shock to your system, no pun intended. So could I also use brace? I have 2 in that.
Brace.
In order to like brace the electricity that's coming into me.
Yeah, sure. You can channel it through your body.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll 3, and don't suck at it, because also
You know what? I'm gonna forget my boon before next time, so I'm gonna use my boon.
Yeah, use your boon. Yeah, so you can roll 4 dice. Thank you, Vampire, once again, for making sure our party does not die in their first session.
5, and the highest one is a 4th. So thank you, Vampire.
So you got a 5, and you also
Yep.
got doubles. It doesn't have to be on the highest one; it just doubles at all. So there is a twist. So describe to me what you're doing physically, and I'll tell you how it goes.
So basically, I'm going over. I have the bottle in my hand, and what I'm doing with my other hand is kind of reaching out and trying to draw the electricity towards myself. Basically, kind of how lightning is drawn to other sources of electricity. I'm kind of trying to make myself the bigger battery, the more attractive battery.
Absolutely.
Or I guess creating a vacuum. I don't know how electricity works. I'm a computer science and business major. I don't know anything about electricity in real life.
So the way this is work, so 5 is your highest. There is conflict, but you got a twist, so that can turn it into a good thing. But you do succeed. So essentially, you're temporarily turning this corridor into a passable corridor to your non-electrical oriented friends. And also, I guess Matt is electrical as well, but you guys can walk through while this is happening. Do you all do so?
Yes.
Okay. As you are drawing in this electricity, you feel a discharge happen in your jar hand, the hand holding the jar, and when you look at it, the jar, you actually do successfully bottle lightning. So you now have a resource called Bottle Lightning. Yeah, that's one of the things you can do with the twist. You can gain a resource, and I thought that since you were trying to anyways.
Is there a possibility that we could gain a whisper called "Fuck yeah"?
Potentially in the future, yeah. You might find the Diary of JJ. Absolutely. Fuck yeah.
You know, you can show that lighting in a ball to our engine, and the engine will notice that. That makes no damn rational sense.
Ors?
And that'll make it go faster.
Wait, Ors. Ors. I have a question, Ors.
Ors is Kevin, right?
Howdy, hey, how's your day?
What's fuck?
Oh, that's a child. Did anybody else hear that? I need some accountability here. I've repupated about 600 different times, and that is appalling. Truly appalling.
What is fuck?
Okay.
You got quit teaching her swear words, y'all. But yeah, so you successfully made it through this hallway. You have this bottle of lightning now. And yes, Vampire Bites, I know that's not how lightning works. But, you know, sometimes it is how lightning works.
It's a wild sea out there. Anything can happen.
So you guys do make it to the end of this hallway. And in there, you see the giant generators and capacitors. And they are arcing off all kinds of electricity. It seems like they took a hit from a lightning bolt. And they are all fully powered right now. While you guys are looking at that, so it's a much bigger room now. It opens up. There are some catwalks that are more like ramps now. They've been ripped off the walls. And so like it's a whole parkour playground in here. There's just all kinds of scrap metal. It's also very dangerous. There's a lot of sharp stuff to stick yourself on. And as you guys are looking around, as you enter this room, you start hearing some of this metal start to make creaking noises. And then it starts happening really fast, like something's moving around up there. But that, whatever's going on up there, is going to have to wait till next week. So that was your first Wildsea game. I'm gonna do a deeper dive into these rules and start to get some of the finer points out of it. But yeah, we started figuring it out there towards the end, and it's pretty cool. I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you guys are too. Thank you.
Yeah, I really like this group.
Yeah, it's a good group.
Like I said, I really enjoy like some of the character nuances. Like Malcolm's got his like oh, but I wouldn't do this, like, and it's all very much like embedded in the character, and everybody's like accents and characters are on point. It's pretty nice. I like.
Yeah, there's some good character work going on in this group. It's pretty fun.
One of the things you can't buy is the people at your table. You know what I mean? You can only play with that group, and so you have to hope that everyone's play styles work together and the stories mesh, and everyone sort of has the same vision. It really helps when a table is that way, and I feel like this table has a really good cohesive play style, and I'm just loving playing with you guys. Like Kevin said, I love the characters. And then the system itself, the way that you design your character, you pick 3 different sections, and then the skills within those sections, all your stats are kind of there. What a cool game. I love the concept.
So apparently our chat had a similar mishearing that I had. I figured out what she actually said on my own.
Me too.
But because of a mic cutting out Misha, instead of saying, "What's fuck?" it sounded like you said, "Let's fuck." So, a clarification to everyone watching, she said, "What is fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
She
but
questioned
in
what
improv, Jahan, they teach you yes and.
they teach you yes and. Yeah, absolutely.
She's dying. Nisha's dead.
We're not
You
here to
killed her.
judge.
It's
Nisha's
okay.
Totally dead.
I thought I was the only one that misheard that. Apparently,
I didn't know it sounded like that.
it's not your fault. Totally fine and very funny. So thank you for watching.
I know Kevin is handsome, but
Matt
Kevin
used
is
to
here.
get super lost back in Cyberpunk Red, so you know, it is what it is.
So
I need the pop filter to keep myself from peeking. Goodness gracious.
so yeah, thank you for watching our first journey out onto the Wildsea. I've been the Firefly, the Game Master Johananon, at Rockfact on Twitter and at Johananon1 on TikTok.
I'm the co-host Casualty CDG, and you can find Jahan and I every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday here on twitch.tv/Johananon. We'll be playing board games and tabletop role-playing games, and of course we have Fresh Out the podcast. That's where we talk about movies and shows and pop culture stuff. That's where all podcasts are available. Jahan, tomorrow night we have a special guest, friend of the show, indie developer, Joshua Sullivan.
Yeah, from Milestone Play. Absolutely.
From Milestone Play, that's
and we're
exactly
going to be playing
right.
a rules light pulp action game set in a Neverland world gone wrong. So tune in tomorrow to check that out. Yeah, take it away, Misha.
Yeah, once again, I'm Misha. You can find me on Twitter at Misha Siegel. And if you liked what you heard from me today, you can hear more of me as Soup, a shroom druid who really likes the shrooms, on Dice Carnival, which is another podcast that's more of like a steampunk, Tesla punk, fun, very chaotic universe.
It's my turn.
Yes, your turn. You're good.
Hey folks, I'm Matt. I have been playing the character Oshin the Lost, and this game is fun. I'm excited for more sessions for sure, and I'll catch y'all next week, same time.
It's Kevin.
We're just dropping the ball. That's me, isn't it?
It's Kevin.
You know, I'm just want to be a bull in a china shop. This has been dope. It's clean and dope like heroin soap. It's been really cool meeting everybody and getting to jump in. Again, apologies for being late. Extenuating circumstances. But this is exciting as hell. I really like the creativity and flexibility that the creators give us in, making it weird, making it high octane, making it fun. And yeah, I mean, just kind of bouncing again off of what Gary said. I mean, he couldn't ask for a better group of people, and I'm really excited to see how this evolves. And there's been tons of already memorable things. I mean, Jahan already said we felt a discharge earlier, so I think
I saw your face when I said that, and I was like, "Come on, Kevin." I saw your face.
Yeah. My spirit animal is like a 13-year-old, so you're just gonna have to get used to it.
There you go.
See you guys next week.
And I am Malcolm, and I am playing James, the dead butler, and I've had a fantastic time. Just kind of learning to get the rhythm of everyone else and support them with their play and stuff. And I love finding that cycle where everybody kind of gets their spots. And you can find me working on game stuff at greenronin.com, and I'm also running a game called Citadel by the Sea with Microlight that you can't see because it's not streamed.
My eyebrows went up. I was like, "Oh, really? Where can we see it?" Oh, no, you can't see it.
It's a
Okay,
private
never-
game, Gary. People have private games. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the raids, and thanks for participating. See you guys soon. Stay fresh.